You are capable of winning races. You are capable of winning races. But you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Wonderful Thursday evening to everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network, and live coverage of the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. Lucas Oil Speedway tonight as we celebrate the mid-season championship. Looking for Cody Parmalee. Guess who just logged into the server? Going to look for the sweep at Lucas Oil tonight. He has won the second show the last 2 weeks in a row. See if he can go for the sweep tonight. Couple of things. And I don't have him in the chat tonight, but Mr. Wayne Adelski will be making his 99 and 100 starts in the Mighty Midget Series. Those are huge milestones for these drivers. Let's see. He'll join Josh Gerlach, Billy Barros, David Krikorian, Craig Silby, Bo Brandon, and Reed Brochart as only the 7th driver in series history to enter the 100 starts club. There's only been 162 Mighty Midget races. He sits on 98. This first show tonight will be 99, and the second show will be number 100, and we'll see if we can get a podium finish in either one of those. The last time we had a driver 99 and 100 on the same night, he won in one of those starts, and I think he podiumed in the other, and I want to say that that was Mr. Craig Silby. And that was 2024 C or D. That's been a minute now. In his previous 98 starts, 83 top 10s, 27 top 5s, 4 podiums, and he got a win in January 2025 A season. Unfortunately, was not on the network for that season. So, been here since 2023 B. Oh, 3,138 laps completed. A new race, a new record for a 98 race mark. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, he won the opener this year. Outstanding. Mike Gebbert will be up next, and then Garrett Boyd will be a little ways behind that. It'll probably be towards the end of the summer before he gets to start number 100. Last week, Craig Silby, Cody Parmalee split wins. This week at Lucas Oil, 14.464 seconds. Bo Brandon holds the current track record. He set that back in 2023 D season. That's been well over a year, almost a year and a half ago. Currently, Brody Duscher, 3 points ahead of Craig Silby for the mid-season championship points. Barros is 12 points back. Krikorian 17 and Gerlach 19. That's your top 5. Your Iron Man, well, it tightened up just a tiny bit after Craig's bad night. He's only a 70-point lead now on Josh Gerlach, 148 on Krikorian. Barros is 230 back, and Bo Brandon is 287 back. But Bo Brandon missed a lot of races earlier in the season. 11 previous trips here. We've had 5 different winners. Bo Brandon is by far the most successful of all the drivers. He's got 4 wins at this track. Craig Silby, Dalton Schrum, and Rylan Gray, 2 apiece. Ryan Hodge has a win here. We've had 3 sweeps. Schrum, Brandon, and Gray have all swept the night at this track. Billy Barros has the most top 10s, 11. Josh Gerlach has the most top 5s. He has 8. And the most podiums goes to Billy Barros with 7. Next week, Kokomo Speedway, you'll have a different guy in the booth, but he'll do just as well. And I actually think that's a triple header next week. So, I'm going to drop Mr. Stolfus right in the boiling oil next week. That is going to do it for the practice session tonight, folks. It is time to move on to heat racing. They random draw for their heats in round number 1 each night. Everybody's going to the feature. We'll just figure out the starting lineup. We're going to start them heads up in the feature, however it is. Winner of one of your 2 heats inside, the other one, well, he'll start on the outside of the front row. So let's get them rolling right now 6 cars deep, David Krikorian in the 66 and Reed Brochard, teammates on the front row of heat number 1. Brochard in the 93 car. Garrett Boyd, the 21, he will start inside of row number 2. Next to James Gray. Gray is in the 76. And then Bo Brannon, his fantastic luck at pill draw is continuing, as he has had just miserable luck with his pill draws. But he's done well. He's moved himself to the top 2 or 3 each race. So he'll start inside row number 3, and he'll have the 37 of Austin Motley on his outside. There goes Motley under the pole cam. And that sounds a whole lot worse than it really is. I didn't think that through before we named that. All right. 6 cars. Got a car dropping to the back. Is that Garrett Boyd? Garrett Boyd's headed to the back of the field. Boyd looks to be having some kind of mechanical difficulty. Yeah, looks like now he's going to be able to pick it up and get rolling. We'll see if he stays at the back or if he goes closer. Maybe he did take an EOL, because he immediately pulled out a line like he was going to go EOL here. So, all right, Krikorian and Brochard off the front row. They're doing a little swippity swap up at the front. Oh, they're rearranging so that Boyd could go to the back. So green flag. Good start for Krikorian. Through 1 and 2 for the first time. Krikorian leads them into turns 3 and 4. Look at Bo Brannon already up here to the 3rd spot. Brochard likes the high side, always does. Week in, week out, tries to run up high. I can tell you right now, Bo Brannon is going to stay married to the bottom right here. We'll be lucky if we don't see the left front tap one of those tires sometime through the night before this thing is over. He is closing in on Krikorian. Krikorian is just not keeping the car down at the bottom low enough. He's really powering it through the center of turn number 3, and it's washing the car out, and it's opening the door, and here comes Bo Brannon off the bottom. He should get a run right here and pull alongside. Krikorian still hanging on halfway through this heat. Brandon Brochard. And then James Gray, well, he's in a 3-wide battle, and he's going to lose that to Garrett Boyd, who is now running the bottom. Boyd is typically a bottom feeder as well, anytime the track allows for it. This time Brandon's alongside, squirts ahead by a car length into 3 and 4. I thought for sure we were going to see him hit a tire right there. He had that left front hanging down on that little flat spot, that concrete spot right there. And those tires sit right on the edge of that. I was pretty sure we were going to see him clip one of the tires, but he's got the lead now. He's coming around to catch the white flag. 1 to go in heat number 1. Krikorian not giving up on this, and he has not given up on that middle line either. But it'll be 5th to 1st. For Bo Brannon, Krikorian, 2nd, Brochard, Boyd, Gray, and Motley, and that'll be your inside row when we get ready to move on to the feature. You know, Rod, I am not sure. I was looking at that list, and I really don't know where he is at tonight. Wow. You want to give somebody a freebie, this is the way you do it right here. You get that great draw. And Mr. Cody Parmley, who's already stupid fast, is going to start that 16 car on the pole. Heat 2, he'll have drivers making his 99th start right here, right now. In the 13, Wayne Anelski. Then the 38 of Billy Barros and Josh Gerlach in the 71 make up a row number 2. And Brent Wacker in that 12 car will fill in the back of the field. So 5 cars in this one. Everybody's going to the feature. I do not know where Mr. Sylvie is at. I cannot say. I'm shocked not to see him as well. But you put Cody Parmley up front, and he and Bo Brannon are going to start on that front row, and that might be a little bit of a slugfest trying to get through feature number 1. They will race hard, and it is bound to be one hell of a show, at least in this first feature. So let's get them fired up, getting ready. And Parmley, I've been asking for a couple of weeks, is he going to come in and try to make a sweep? And apparently he said finally, yeah, let's see if we can do that, because he's here tonight in show number 1. Green flag. Parmley right to the point. Billy Barros with the slider on Anelski, and Anelski's 98th start is auspicious enough as he goes up over the right rear. Billy Barros slider right into the line, and Anelski got up over the right rear. He's got it under control, but he's a ways off the lead. We're going to watch these top 3 because Gerlach is trying to stay in touch with Barros and Parmley. I don't know if any of them watched the first heat race, but the bottom is the way to go. And everybody wants to stay middle and up. And I think that's advantage Cody Parmley. Well, maybe not this time. He got up on the flat, got over the top, above the marbles, and that really broke the car's momentum. Barros goes to the lead. Gerlach is trying to close in, and Parmley does it again. He went way up there on that flat, and that stuff is just greasy as heck up there on the exit of turn 2. Let's see if he stays running up there. This time keeps it down a lot lower. He didn't go up there and get into that slime that's up there. 3 and 4, maybe he's going to, no, he's going to get it cut down. He's going to stay right there. So with 2 to go, Barros, Gerlach, and Parmley. Wacker to 4th, and Anelski with that trouble on lap number 2 all the way back in the 5th spot. White flag coming out. Barros is going to get another heat win, it looks like. He'll start on the front row on the outside next to Bo Brandon here in just a little bit. There it is, Barros, Gerlach, Parmley, Wacker, and Anelski. And we are going to start them heads up, straight up, just like we raced for them in that feature when it gets ready to start. Probably give the guys a couple minutes of a warm-up. We'll know here momentarily. They'll send us a message, let us know. Don't forget a second show tonight, and that show just a tiny bit different. They will come in, have their practice session, and then they will qualify. The top 5 get locked into the front 3 rows. All the remaining cars go to a B main, a last chance qualifier, a semi-feature, whatever name you'd like to give it. And then that winner will join the other 5. We'll redraw and set up the front for 3 rows, and then we'll go once again with 30 laps for that A main. Last show for the week. We'll be back Monday and Tuesday with yours truly. Wednesday and Thursday next week, you're going to enjoy Mr. K.R. Stolfus taking over for about a week for me. He'll do the 2 shows Wednesday, Thursday, and then he'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that following week. So no warm-up session. The guys are ready to get after it. Starting grid, well, Bo Brandon, Billy Barros on the front row, David Krikorian, Josh Gerlach in row 2, Reed Brochart and Cody Parmley making up a row number 3, and then it's Garrett Boyd and Brent Wacker in row 4, James Gray and Wayne Anelski. Officially now his 99th start in the Mighty Midget Series, as the features are what really count. And Austin Motley in row 6 by himself. And look at all the cars sitting on the grid ready to go. 30 times around. Oh, 35 times around. I'm sorry. 35 laps tonight. Well, they fooled me again. I'm going to have a talk with the management. Keep slipping laps in on an old man who's already tired. That's rough. You can't keep doing that to people. No, I think I knew about this. I'm going to tease him about it, but I think I knew that these were 35ers because it's a mid-season deal. All right. Lights off on the pace truck. There he goes. He's going to get himself out of the way. We come out of turn number 4. Feature number 1 tonight. 2025 B season mid-season championship. Brannon. Perfect start for him. He'll jump right to the front. The battle will be behind Krikorian, Barros, Gerlach. It looks like Brochart may fall off of that a little bit. He's got Parmley to the outside of him. That's through your top 6. And they are side by side, 3 rows deep. Billy Barros, 38 car, looking strong. Through the middle right now, he's able to hold serve with Bo Brandon. He's got the advantage in 3 and 4, but Brandon sure has the advantage down in 1 and 2. Right there. This time, not as much. Barros, right to the point. Gerlach trying to follow in his tire tracks. He'd like to get around Brandon as well. Cody Parmley got the 16 car wound up on the high side as we got a battle for the lead. Once again, Bo Brandon making the bottom work to creep in here. Parmley cut underneath Gerlach coming out of 4, but didn't have enough of a run, fell back behind him. He keeps moving to the inside. Now he'll go way wide in 3 and 4. Still not enough momentum as Barros is going to go back to the point up front. Brannon falls about a half a second behind. He had trouble in turns 1 and 2. Didn't get the car to rotate like he needed. Had to back off the throttle a little bit, and now Josh Gerlach is going to make a run for second. He's going to have it out of 2. Brandon struggling just a little bit. He's going to have to change his line. Cody Parmley got by. Up on the top, and Bo Brandon has fallen to 4th place right now. No Brody Dusher, no Craig Silby tonight. Interesting. A couple of the heavy hitters in the series are out. Barros, 0.6 of a second, almost 0.7 there for a moment out in front. Parmley now up to second, and he's starting to run that slider line in 3 and 4. Gerlach is 3rd, then Brandon Krikorian 5th, Brochart, Boyd in 7th, Anelski, Gray, and Motley, Brent Wacker. Problems for the 12 car, and he's already taken it off the Speedway about a lap and a half ago. Barros right through the middle pretty much every lap, and he is keeping the 38 car right in the sweet spot. This time drifted a little bit wider than he has been. It opens the door for Parmley. Parmley now going to cut it right to the bottom. If he finds the launch pad out of 2, he could pull alongside, and he almost got there. This time, Parmley stays high in 1 and 2. Barros moved the car down a couple of lines. Getting a lot tighter at the front now because Parmley letting him hear that motor. And that time got up on the flat, lost about 4 car lengths. Coming around, it's going to be 22 laps remaining. Just about 4 car lengths between Barros and Parmley. Gerlach still hanging on to 3rd right in front of Bo Brandon. But neither he nor Brandon are making any inroads in reaching the top 2, but they are putting a gap between themselves and David Krikorian in the 5th spot. Now Garrett Boyd working around Reed Brochart here in 3 and 4, trying to take the 6th spot away. Parmley now to the point. Goes to the inside. Slider. And Barros able to get him back. Not at the line that time. Parmley leads. Now Barros going to move the car down just a little bit. That time a little too sideways, getting in the corner. That may be the death knell right there. Parmley's going to get out there, get comfortable as he's opened it up to 3 or 4 car lengths. Parmley started 6th and now at the point, just past halfway. Barros is going to have to do something different. Got to find a way to make up 4 car lengths and put some pressure on Parmley. Maybe he can force a mistake and Parmley will get up over that lip again and get up on the flat part. He is right on the ragged edge of doing it as it is. Down around the bottom, opens it up now about 2/10. It was near quarter second, now it's almost a half second. That time Parmley got way up wide and he lost probably 4 or 5 car lengths right there. Gerlach still hanging on tough in 3rd. And Bo Brandon is trying to stay in touch with that, needs another podium finish. Boyd and Krikorian separated now by a little bit as Boyd got by Brochart and so did Wayne Anelski. And they run 6th and 7th. Back to the front. Top 2 have really broken away from 3rd place. Josh Gerlach, they've opened it up to a 2nd. We'll come around this time and break under the 10 to go mark. Feature number 1, closing laps. 14:99 that time. Under 15, only car on the track under 15, the 16 of Cody Parmley. This time around, a little different. Not any different at all. He ran the same exact lap time. We'll see what he runs this time by. 15:06 this time as he got way wide down there in 3 and 4. His right rear was almost hanging over the top. Little cut down line. He's opening this up. He's 0.8 of a second ahead now. That time 14:96, his fastest lap of the race, 14:64, so he's not slowed down a lot. Wave lap this time by for Parmley. That was his first real mistake right there. He tried to cut down and he cut it down a little early. But he didn't lose anything. Opened up another 10th. Early cut down again. When you just keep running the same lap time, lap after lap, it's going to be hard for the rest of these guys to beat you. And he's right at 15:05, 15:06. 15:17 that time as he slowed it way down. Going to be 2 to go this time by, and Parmley looks like he is on his way to winning feature number 1. He won feature 2 last week. He looks like it's feature 1 this week, and that's going to set him up for the possible sweep. Parmley. White flag coming out. Barros up to second. Oh, Barros still second. I'm sorry. Gerlach. I thought Gerlach and Brandon traded spots. They didn't. Phew. Losing my mind, folks. Cody Parmley wins the first feature. He wins it by over a second over Billy Barros did. Josh Gerlach in 3rd. Bo Brandon Garrett Boyd, Wayne Anelski, Reed Brochart, Austin Motley, James Gray, David Krikorian limped it to the infield. He'll come up a lap short in 10th, and then Brett Wacker with the early exit in that 11th spot. Whoops, I didn't mean to grab him. My other guy moved. Whoops, I hate when that happens. It's all right. Josh Gerlach, you got a copy.
What is up, Roger?
Well, you up to third here tonight at Lucas Oil, and man, it looked like early you were going to be able to go right up there and challenge those two in front of you. What happened there about midway? Because it looked like everybody just leveled off.
Yeah, I think that's basically it. I was going as hard as I possibly could, and I feel like everybody else around me was too. The track was a little bit more juicy in the beginning, and I think that was probably the chance, you know, if they got to racing a little bit more, but they never really started throwing sliders or anything, so settled into third. I heard the 49 on my inside a lot, which didn't surprise me, and just let her read up top, and happy to get a podium here.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, when we first got in, it was a little, let's just say there was a lot of moisture in the air, and it kind of cleared, it kind of cleared off, and it's just like the track just really went pretty dry really quick in this thing. What are you going to do for session number 2 to try to combat that?
It'll probably be more slicked off than it was here. It was still pretty tacky, to be honest. I know that we had a little bit of shiny on there, and it had dried out a little bit, but it was still pretty tacky on the bottom and the top. But yeah, I do expect it to have a little bit more distinct 2 lanes. It was nice having the middle there too, but yeah, expect it to be a little bit more slick in that second one.
All right, man. Shout outs and thank yous before we let you head for session 2.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that comes out here every week on Thursdays. It's been a good start to the season. You know, you, DRN, doing all the interweb stuff, streaming us, and NetCode brand, Always Race Day, and also the Knoxville Nights podcast. Make sure you follow on all the socials at Knoxville Nights, and we release new episodes on Monday. So see you next race, hopefully, Roger.
All right, buddy. Congrats on the run, and good luck in session 2.
Thanks, sir.
Josh Gerlach finishing in third. Now let's grab our second place driver. He wins his heat race, came out and looked like he was going to put down a good challenge early, and then it didn't quite materialize. Billy Barros, that 16 car, he's just got something special.
I feel like every time I'm up here, Roger, I'm talking to you about how fast the 16 car is.
Yeah, well, you can't, you know, I mean, I don't know what else to say. You guys got to do something to get in front of that guy when he comes.
Oh, I completely agree. I love this track. I was happy to win the heat race, happy to take the lead there at the start of the feature. That was a lot of fun. And I could see Cody's nose coming out of turn 2 when I was up front, so I moved down to try to protect a couple of times, and I really prefer the middle through here, so I just moved back up once thinking, maybe the bottom's burned off a little bit, but nope, there he went on the inside, and that was that. But hey, I stayed within a second or so for 37 laps, so I can't complain about that. That's progress in my book with that 16 car in front of you.
Well, I was going to ask you, what are you going to do in session 2 to reverse the roles here?
That's a good question. Session 2 might be burned in a little bit more treacherous. I'm wondering if it's going to go up to the top and maybe a few people drop in right rears, and we'll just try to play a game of survival, really.
All right, man. Shout outs and thank yous before we let you head off.
Sounds good. Thank you, Roger. Really appreciate you having me here. Love watching these back on the Dirt Racing Network. Thanks to Josh and Robert for putting the lead together, and thanks again to everyone for coming out and racing with us every week. It's so much fun.
All right, man. Good luck in session 2, buddy.
That sounds good. Thanks.
Billy Barros finishing in second, and now I asked him if he was going to come and try to sweep one of these nights, and he said if he could make show 1. Well, he did. He started outside the third row. He took it to the front. He wins by a second. Sets him up pretty nice for a sweep. Cody Parmley trying to come in here and just perform as requested, aren't you?
I'm trying to. I mean, I might have a chance to sweep. I don't know. It depends on where I start in the next one, but it was a fun race.
It looked like you were able to get to the top, and I want to ask you, in your heat race, it looked like you overcooked it a few times and got up there on that greasy stuff on the exit of turn number 2. There's just nothing up there when you just flip over the edge, is there?
No, once you go over that little banking, you ain't got nothing. But in the heat race, I was just trying something. I was testing, and I was trying to go backwards. To be honest with you, I didn't want to start second in the main. I wanted to find lines and see where it was fast before I made any moves.
Well, a couple of good lines developed here. You were able to use them both and get to the lead. They're telling me they think session 2 is going to be a whole lot slicker. What'll be your plan on the more burned-in track?
I hope the same as this one. Just don't start in the pole and try to find lines through the middle of the race, and then hopefully find a good one and see if I can get the lead. My goal.
Oh, all right, man. Well, we're going to let you head for session 2. Give me a couple shout-outs, some thank yous, and then we'll wish you good luck.
As always, you for streaming, and Josh and Billy and all of them for having me a part of this race.
All right, man. Good luck over there here in just a little bit. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you with a broom in your hand at the end.
Hopefully.
Cody Parmalee winning session number 1. He did it by over a second. Good run. Started 6th. Drove it to the front. Quick look at your results. We already went over them. Parmalee Barros, Gerlach, Brandon, Boyd, Anelski. Wayne Anelski 6th in his 99th start. He's going to have start number 100 here in just a little bit. Brochart, Motley, Gray, Krikorian, and Wacker with the early exit. Not sure what happened to Brett, but he had an early exit at this one. We aren't going to go anywhere, folks. We're going to put up some lovely graphics because, well, that's what we do. We're going to let you guys take a look at, you know what, let's take a look at this one for just a little bit. We'll switch it up here while we do this. We're going to throw a little bit of music up. We're going to get ready to switch servers when we come back. Session number 2 in a little bit different format.
You don't love me like you used to, if you still love me at all. I ain't a fool and I can read that writing on the wall. Well, it's clear to see you want so bad to leave me here alone. No time to cry, so I guess that I'll just have to move along. You don't want to break my heart, yet you still want to go. And how I dread to hear the sound of closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you want to be set free. So get it done, it's time to run, baby, here's your chance to leave. I've done everything a man can do to keep you satisfied. The only thing I've got to show is gonna be a good goodbye. But I'm so sick and tired of your good for nothing games. So when you're all alone, at least you won't have me to blame. You don't want to break my heart and you still want to go. How I dread to hear the sound of closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you want to be set free. So get it done, it's time to run. Said here's your chance to leave. Don't ever bother coming back my way. I'm tired of all those silly games you play. And you won't find me hanging around here all along. And cause the second that you leave, I'm gonna be long gone. Hey! That's right. Don't come back. Whoa, you don't wanna break my heart and you still wanna go. And how I dread to hear the sound, the closing of the door. And I know your love is dying and you wanna be set free. So get it done, it's time to run, baby, here's your chance to leave. chance to leave.
Well, we made it over to session number 2. No hiccups so far tonight. Picked up a couple of drivers as well. Let's see. Craig Silby in the house for show number 2, and Logan Henderson appears to be joining for this second session as well. Everybody else made the trip. So we will have 13 cars in session number 2. We'll see if Parmley does Parmley things. And grabs a sweep. He has won the second show the last 2 weeks in a row. I think the first week or 2 weeks ago he split it with Silby. And last week he split it with Brody Duscher. So this week coming in trying to put something down. Everything should be about the same except for the format. We'll have 35 laps for the feature, but we'll qualify. And then we'll have our semi-feature. The winner of that will join the top 5 that lock in from qualifying. They will redraw. And you could win the semi-feature and have the pole for the A main anyway, even if you do not have a great qualifying session. So get race control the message that we are up and going, ready to do this thing. What in the heck did I just do? There we go. Yep, that didn't take long. They done gone ahead and advanced it, so we'll go to qualifying. We'll watch as many of these guys as we can. We're going to try to watch the Bo Brandons, the Cody Parmleys, maybe the Craig Silbys. Let's go see if Logan Henderson here. He is just now starting to roll out. In that 17 machine. Bo Brandon on track as well. Bo Brandon about to complete lap number 1. Let's see what kind of time he sets. That's a slider line he went on right there. First time by Garrett Boyd is your quick. Now Billy Barros. Now Bo Brandon. They bump Boyd to 3rd. Boyd goes to the bubble. Nelski and Brochart both went faster. Garrett Boyd right here, lap number 2. Will he go quicker? He's bumped to 6th, now goes to 4th. Gerlach goes P1, 14.91, and then steps all over it in turns 3 and 4. You better hope that holds up. That was a smoking lap, though. And Craig Silby, well, Craig Silby always does that. He comes in and he wants to go through that semi-feature. So now we'll look at David Krikorian. It's Gerlach, Brandon, Barros, and Nelski. Boyd is on the bubble. I think there's only 2 guys, maybe 3 that can bump him out, and I don't know if Parmley's going to take a qualifying lap or not here. David Krikorian, P2. He puts a Wayne Nelski on the bubble as Austin Motley rolls out. Second lap, I don't think it's going to be faster. That big slip up there, yeah, he slowed down 2/10. But now Motley. Where is Austin Motley going to run his first lap? Right through the middle of 3 and 4. He kind of did a slider line in 1 and 2. Can he go better than 5th quick? 10th quick on lap number 1. Down to the bottom. Really had to be patient with the car right there. I don't think that's faster than 15. It was 15:52, but it's only 8th quick. So Parmley and Silby, no time. We're going to see those two in the semi-feature. Gerlach, Krikorian, Brandon Barros, and Anelski lock in, and Wayne Anelski locks in to the front 3 rows in start number 100 officially. I don't have him in chat, or I would talk to him. So if he was in the driver's lounge, I would probably try to grab him. But I think we're going to get ready to go semi-feature racing here in just a moment. Be 12 laps. Going to have 8 cars. Whoever wins that gets to go into the redraw. They'll get in that top 6, and then we'll get a little notification about what the starting lineup will look like. But the semi-feature will start with the 21 of Garrett Boyd and the 93 of Reed Brochard on the front row. Austin Motley in the 37, Logan Henderson the 17 in row 2. James Gray in the 76 and Brett Wacker in the 12. That make up row number 3, and then Cody Parmley in the 16 and the Kiwi Conqueror Craig Silby on the back row tonight. Logan Henderson has not rolled out just yet. Logan Henderson not coming out for the B. One more time around, and we'll kick them off for 12 laps. They're all going to the A. This is just for their final starting position, but the winner of the semi-feature will redraw for the pole. Out of turn 4, Garrett Boyd on the throttle, green flag, we're underway. Boyd to the point. Oh, cars getting together down here. That was James Gray and Austin Motley. They got together in 1 and 2. They're going to keep them facing forward. We're going to stay green. Brochart up to 2nd. Silby's up to 3rd. Parmley already up to 4th spot. Everybody chasing the 21 and Garrett Boyd. Down to the bottom in 1 and 2. He's going to look topside in 3 and 4. At least he did last lap. And he does. He's out 1 1/4 seconds on Reed Brochart, but Brochart's got company. So does Silby. This battle is going to become a 3-car battle for 2nd place. Silby with a good run down the backstretch, goes to the inside, slider across, and Parmley set the car early, drives to the bottom. He was doing that in the first feature there the last 3 or 4 laps, and it was really working. He's in early. He couldn't set the car that time. Craig Silby was right there, so he stays out wide. He's settled into 3rd. Everybody's about a second behind Garrett Boyd right now. Coming around, we're halfway in the semi-feature. 6 in, 6 to go. Parmley now with the slider up to 2nd. Brochart is 3rd. Silby trying to take that spot away. Big slider in 1 and 2, and he lost a lot of ground. Now he'll keep it down on the bottom. Closed up a little bit there. Let's go to the front because Garrett Boyd with 4 laps to go. About 4 car lengths in front of Cody Parmley right now. And Parmley's back to doing what he was doing in the first race. Run right up at the top. Now he'll cut it down. That cut down line worked really well. Boyd's got to know he's there now. That time Parmley overcooked the entry to 1 and 2. He's going to have to make all that ground back up. 2 to go for Garrett Boyd. Can he get back into the redraw? This time, a huge run for Parmley off the bottom of turn number 2. Cut down line for Cody Parmley. He nicks that tire on the inside of the exit. We'll see if it slowed him down at all. He is still close enough for a big slider. This time Boyd's going to go in low. Swing out to the middle. Can Parmley get there? He did it. Cut down line worked, and Parmley squeezed by, and he wins the semi-feature. Boyd, Brochart, Silby, Gray, Motley, Wacker, and Henderson, the remaining cars in the field. So Boyd had it for 11 3/4 laps. Went into 3, and I don't think he ever knew how close Parmley was on that last lap. He went in low, slid it out to the middle. Parmley went in high, cut it down early. Huge run down the hill, and he rolled right on by. And he didn't do it slow. He rolled on by. So Cody Parmley, I think he went and won that just because he could. He knocked Garrett Boyd out of the redraw because 2 feature wins in a row, and you are the hot shoe, which means you will start at the back of the field for the next feature. And that was Parmley's fate in that. So he went up there, and it'll be a 5-car redraw. It'll be David Krikorian and Bo Brandon on the front row, then Billy Barros, Wayne Anelski in row 2, and Josh Gerlach will start inside of row number 3. And I don't know who he's going to start next to now. It might be Garrett Boyd when they make the move back. So another 35-lap feature is all we have left. They are ready to get at it, and so are we. We know that lineup is not going to be correct. We know that Gerlach goes to P5. Krikorian and Brannon on the front row. Barros and Anelski in row 2. Gerlach, and it's going to be Reed Brochart, it looks like, in row number 3. Then Boyd and Gray in row number 4. Row 5 will be Silby and Wacker. And Motley will have Parmley back there. I don't know what happened to Logan Henderson. He may not be racing in the feature. All right, we're rolling them off. We'll go around a couple of times here. They'll get the green flag. As soon as that happens, they'll stay at pace speed. They'll rearrange the field into the proper starting order. And at the beginning of lap number 2, they'll start to double them back up. And then officially, our pole sitter will restart, or start the field, I guess I should say. And after that, 35 green flag laps, session number 2. We'll see if that driver right there can go all the way to the back and come all the way to the front and make a sweep here at Lucas Oil. What did I just see? All right.
Green.
Green flag will fall, but we'll stay at pace speed. We are going to make sure everybody is good. And I think we're going to have a little shifty shift there, because I think it'll be Krikorian and Brandon in the front row, Barros and Anelski row 2, Gerlach and Boyd in row 3, Brochart and Silby in row 4, Gray and Wacker in row 5, and Motley and Parmley in row number 6. Logan Henderson, he actually rolled the car out They ought to let him get his laps back so he can at least start with the field. All right, we're doubled up. It's time to go green officially for session number 2. NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series mid-season championship right here. And the green flag officially flies. Krikorian leads him to it, but it looks like Brandon's going to run the high side. Does he have enough pull? No, he does not. He'll keep second momentarily. Josh Gerlach had a good run down on the bottom, and he'll pull it 3 wide. Wayne Anelski with a big run out of 3 and 4 goes to the 3rd spot around Barros. Garrett Boyd is trying to do the same. Not out of 1 and 2, maybe out of 3 and 4. I know Barros is probably going to stay married to that middle. Now he slides a little higher. Cody Parmley, 12th to 7th. Just a couple 3 laps here. And he's getting that launch off the bottom of turn 2. Not quite as good a launch out of turn number 4 as there is out of 2. And if you can get the bottom stuck just right, he gets a big run right about there. Big run up off the corner. Boyd around the outside of Barros now up to the 5th spot. Barros is in a battle with Parmley for 6th. Brandon out front, Krikorian 2nd. Gerlach is 3rd. Now the battle's 4th and 5th, and that time Parmley dropped the left front in that little hole over there, and it didn't even slow him down. He's still reeling in the front 3. Now Gerlach all the way to the shelf. 3 and 4, the top is really good. 1 and 2, it looks like the bottom is where you want to be. Gerlach around Krikorian out of turn number 2. Parmley now going to try to make it a pass. Caution for the first time. First time all night long as Brent Wacker in the 12 car. Oh my, yeah, he wrecked for a long time up here, it looks like. Up, over on the flat, backs it in, and now I think he was just trying to get going to the front end. Got off the ground, and then he loops it around. There's your leader, and that's why we're going to catch a caution. So our first caution of the evening is all the way into feature number 2. Brandon, Gerlach, Krikorian, Parmley, Anelski are the top 5 right now. Couple laps and we'll be 25 to go. Green flag back in the air. Good start for Bo Brennan, man. He worked that from the top to the bottom right there. Rolled the car down the hill. Got a great start. Cody Parmley alongside David Krikorian. That'll be a battle for 3rd, and it ends about as quickly as it began. Gerlach slid off the top of the track, and he's going to fall from 2nd to 4th. Now Cody Parmley up to P2. Gerlach, Krikorian still trying to decide 3rd right here. Gerlach slid up off the top of the track in 3 and 4. Kept it pointed forward, got back in line, and now he's going to have to work to get back on the podium for a 2nd time tonight. Wayne Anelski is tucked in right behind him. Here comes Craig Silby, and there's Garrett Boyd back in the 7th spot. Battle shaving up for the lead already. Brandon with a slider in 1 and 2, and Parmley had a big run. He'll cut the car down early. I was waiting for him to go in and cut that car down real early right there like he's been doing. Brandon to the bottom, Parmley to the top. Brandon off the launch pad, keeps the spot. Slider line in 3 and 4, and Parmley wasn't close enough to do the crossover. At some point, the 16 car is just going to go into 3 and turn it hard, cut it down. He's going to get a huge run, and he's going to pull right alongside the 49 of Bo Brennan. Now he pulls alongside on the exit of 2. Big run out of turn number 2. Brannon going to stay wide. David Krikorian back to 3rd, and he's closing in on this battle for the lead. Gerlach still 4th. Sylvie's up to 5th. Then Anelski and Boyd 6, 7. Barros 8. Brochart 9th. I thought that was the slip right there. Brannon looked like he breathed it just a touch to keep the right rear from going over the edge, and Parmalee shot down to the inside. Henderson's up to 9th. I thought he was laps down, but he's showing on the lead lap. Brochart's running in 10th, and Parmalee just keeps getting really good runs getting into these corners. Bo Brannon usually stays locked in on the bottom, but right now he is running right up at the top, and he almost dropped the right rear up on the shelf up there. We're down to 15 to go, so we've crossed through halfway already. Top 2 now starting to open it up. On to 3rd place, David Krikorian. It's about 9/10 of a second. Krikorian comfortable right now. We'll go back. We're going to watch the battle for 4th because Gerlach and Sylvie are starting to go at it. It's good battles at the front. Good battle for 4th and contact there. Everybody keeping them going. Sylvie's going to lose a spot to Garrett Boyd, but Josh Gerlach was able to keep it pointed forward. Caution for Brett Wacker. Up to the top. This is coming out of, this is right in front of your leaders. In too hot right here. He did the same thing he did on the first caution. Got into the outside fence in turns 1 and 2. This time he didn't drive it across the track. I think he learned his lesson the first time. All right, Brandon, Parmalee, Krikorian, Gerlach, Silby, Boyd, Anelski, Barros, Henderson, Brochart, Motley, Wacker 12th. James Gray has already taken the 76 car and put it on the trailer. Quickie caution. Looks like we're ready to go back to green. It's going to be 11 laps remaining. Can Bo Brandon hold off Cody Parmalee? Keep Parmalee from the sweep. Parmalee around the outside of 1 and 2. Might be enough momentum. I don't think so this time. We'll see what he does here because Brandon's going to get back to that slider line. Parmalee's probably going to attack him right now. I thought he might go for the slider right there. Here comes Silby with a big slider on Gerlach and Boyd. Silby's up to 4th. Garrett Boyd alongside. Oh, if he could have got the exit line squared away, I think he had a shot at taking the spot from Josh Gerlach right there. Slider from your 4th place car, and it didn't close him up one bit. This top 2, they have been tucked in nose to tail. Burton there this entire feature. Just waiting to see when Parmalee's going to use that cut down line in 3 and 4 and try to steal this win. Bo Brandon doing things we're not used to seeing. He is ripping the lip tonight. He's got the 49 car out in front. They're out 1.3 seconds over David Krikorian. Krikorian's under fire. Yeah, he's got old Austin Motley and Brett Wacker. Look like they might get together here. Ooh, gonna hit the tire. Yeah, that's gonna leave Wacker nowhere to go. Brett Wacker, he's just not having a good time here at Lucas Oil Speedway. So we're gonna get a real shootout this time. We have a 4-lap shootout. Brandon, Parmley, Krikorian. Now Sylvia's up there. Gerlach, Boyd, Barros. Henderson up to 8. Anelski, Brochart, Wacker with Motley and Gray both in the pits. Base truck, get out of the way. We'll wrap this thing up. 3-lap shootout coming up. Bo Brandon, can he hang on for 3 more circuits? I don't think Parmley has shown his whole hand yet. I think Cody Parmley's been keeping an ace up his sleeve. I think we're going to see that cut down in 3 and 4. He's got to get close, though, and Brandon got a fantastic start. Slider line of 1 and 2. That may not be a great choice, but he keeps the gap. Slider from Sylvian. He got close to Krikorian, but he couldn't quite get him. Now he may have him. Krikorian jumps over the top. Up on the flat in 1 and 2, and Sylvie goes to 3rd. Now Parmley with the cut down line. Finally, 2 to go, and he closed right up to the back end of the 49. Will he go again right here? Can he get that in? Up early, cuts down the hill. Big run to the exit. Cody Parmley fires it out front at the white flag. Parmley waited till the end, used that cut down line. He's going to sweep the night. Brandon's going to come home 2nd. Silby got edged out for 3rd by Gerlach at the line. Sylvia will be 4th, then Krikorian, Boyd, Barros, Henderson, Anelski, Brochart, Wacker, Motley, and Gray. Great finish again, and I'll tell you what, if the guys go back and watch this, they're going to see exactly how they lost this night to Cody Parmley, because both drivers, Garrett Boyd in that B feature and Bo Brandon in the A, got beat by the cut down line on the last couple of laps. So they may have to go learn something here. But an awesome night of racing. This guy's going to come home with a couple of podium finishes, and he had to steal this one coming out of 4 on the last lap. Josh Gerlach, 2 times in a row.
How about that, Roger? That's pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah. Did you learn something earlier in the evening watching Cody Parmley with that cut down deal right there? Because nobody else was doing it.
I actually tried it a little bit in the first race, and it just wasn't quite there for me. But I got a little damage on the left rear. It got pushed in a bit, and it really liked to turn on center off. So on that last one, I knew that guys were going to just really be trying to go up to the top and maybe try slider line to protect. So I was like, shoot, throw it in there up top, cut her down, and see if I can drag race into the line, and it worked out.
Well, it was an awesome night of racing. We saw a lot of passing. We saw a lot of side-by-side stuff. So all in all, as a promoter, I think you got to be pretty happy with Lucas Oil Speedway.
Oh, absolutely. For whatever reason, this is a bigger track, but the midgets, we just seem to always race really, really well here and put on a good show pretty much every time. So very pleased. We had a hot shoe winner. It's been a little bit since we've had that with Cody being the hot shoe and coming up to win. That guy's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't take a qualifying lap. He goes out in the B or the semi feature, and for no reason at all, steals that win on the last lap. I think he just did it to keep somebody else out of the redraw. He still goes to the back. I don't know how you slow the guy down unless you just drop an anchor and make him drag it around the whole night.
I didn't realize he got it on the last lap. I was a little preoccupied myself, but that would explain why Bo was saying he was playing with his food a little bit.
I say it all the time up here.
Cody's so good, man. It's impressive to watch him, and just it makes us all strive to be even better.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs before I let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. Just want to thank you again for what you do for us every week, and all the drivers that come out and make this place just a blast to race at. NetCode brand, always race day, and then again, the Knoxville Nights podcast. We just fired it up. Knoxville Raceway is starting their 2025 season this week. If you like the wing cars, make sure you follow us at Knoxville Nights. My buddy Blake and co-host is also watching tonight, so shout out to him, and my parents are watching.
Awesome job, man. Congrats on a couple of podiums. And I will not see you for the next couple of Thursdays, but our good friend K.R. Stoffels will take care of you guys while I'm gone.
Man, our ears are going to be relieved. No, I'm just kidding, Roger. Enjoy your weekend or your vacation. It'll be good having KR back here. It's been a little bit.
All right, man. Congrats again. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Roger. Take care.
Josh Gerlach. He finishes third twice tonight. Well, let's get Mr. Brandon up here. Bo Brandon, you got a copy?
Hey, Roger.
You led every bit of this one, and I got to ask you something. Did you watch the semi-feature at all tonight?
Oh, I did. He was going to run that cut down. I knew about lap 10. He was just playing with his food, Roger. He was all over me the race. You should ask him, because truly, there's no reason he needed to wait other than just to make it dramatic. He was clearly faster than me all night, and yeah, he's just riding my bumper, and he's really good. So he can do that, I guess. We're all NPCs in his main character world.
Yeah, well, that's a heck of a way to put it. But no, I just wondered, because he did that exact thing to steal that semi-feature from Garrett Boyd there, and I just kept saying, at some point, he's going to do that cut-down deal, and I hope Bo knows, and he's going to cover that if it doesn't, the last couple of laps or whatever, and man, you just stayed stuck to your guns, and you knew you were in trouble, didn't you? You knew it was just going to be a matter of time.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time. I kind of thought he was waiting for the last lap, but maybe he thought, if he did catch a tire doing it on the semifinal, so, yeah, I knew it was coming. I don't want to risk running that line and catching the tire myself, so my only hope was that he runs that cut in too hard and scrubs some time by trying to avoid that tire or something, and I can just roll to victory. But no, he doesn't really make mistakes very often, and it's he's certainly not going to make a mistake there. So props to him, good race. I did everything that I felt like I could, so can't complain. I'll thank Variix.com for all your e-commerce needs, Mighty Good Marketing, you, Roger, for broadcasting, my wife, my parents.
All right, man. Great run tonight. Thanks for chatting with us, and I'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks when I get back.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon finishing in the second spot tonight, and now let's get ready to move on and talk to our winner. He did exactly what we asked him if he was going to come and try to do. He comes in, he sweeps tonight, and Cody Parmalee, it was kind of fun watching you play with your food. We just knew it was a matter of time before you used that cut down to do exactly in the feature what you did in the semi-feature.
That was a fun race. I'm so glad Bo didn't make too big of a mistake, or else he would have took us both out. But yeah, I was trying to wait for the last lap to do the cut down, just as, for the heck of it, but with the 5 lap to go caution, which kind of screwed me. I had to catch back up to him for he can do it, and then when it hit white flag, I had to do something because I was too far back to make that line work. So that's when I had to do it, and then I got it. But yeah, that was a super fun race.
Well, you know you're going to start at the back because of the consecutive feature wins. So the semi feature, I got to ask, did you just do that as a test to see if it would actually work? Or you were just saying, you know what, that guy don't need to be in the redraw?
No, I don't know. I just like racing from the back. I'm really good at this track, kind of, or on the bottom at least, but I'm pretty good at finding the fast line early on. So I kind of just was testing what line I knew I could run and what line people would run, and see where I can make speed and not make speed. But yeah, that's all I did in the semi.
Well, an awesome run, man. You sweep tonight. I don't know if that means next week you got to start at the back of the first feature or not, but I guess I'll have to watch online and see because I will not be here to call the race. But it's still fun to watch you go out here and do this. And I know you were back there just riding on his bumper, just waiting. Hopefully he don't make a mistake and kill you both, but just waiting and trying to see how nervous you could make him.
Yeah, I was trying to scare him, but I mean he did slip up a couple times where I had to check up, and I had to hope the third place car wasn't on my butt to take us both out. But yeah, I mean it was a super fun race, like I said.
All right, man. Some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate the sweep.
As always, Racing Network for streaming, and Josh, Billy, and all of them for, putting this race on.
All right, man. Awesome night tonight, man. I will watch next week when KR calls the races and see how you do.
All right.
Cody Parmalee, everybody. He sweeps tonight. Once again, man, he is just good. Bo said it. He's just good. He likes to get out there and play with his food. And it's fun to watch him. It truly is. I enjoy it. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. That's going to do it for us here tonight. We'll be back on Monday night. Don't forget to tune in 8 o'clock Eastern for Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder. Jess and Jim Steakhouse Big Block Modifieds go at it first, and then the Wing 360 cars. I think they're at Cedar Lake for that second show at 9:30, and then Tuesday ERA, and then KR will take over with the Midwest Truck Series, and then he'll take over for these guys next Thursday night. Triple header for him, so it'll be fun. I'll be back in a couple of weeks, guys. After that, hold down the fort, come in and harass the talent, give him a really hard time, make it fun for him too. I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we saw again here tonight. There is nothing for us to cover. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Keep it dirty until I see you again.